What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and to more of the latest regarding the AEW video game that is set to be announced quote-unquote soon. We don't know the specific day of the reveal just yet, but there have been a lot of bits and pieces of information that we've been covering, so we're gonna continue doing just that as we got more insight directly from Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks on what exactly we could be getting with this brand new All Elite Wrestling video game. Before we get into it though, you guys already know, make sure to elbow drop it and hit those notifications if you want to continue being updated on all the latest, and of course not missing on my daily pro wrestling coverage. While we talk about all of this, just like the previous videos, in the background we got some WWE 2K20 gameplay. This specific match is Kenny Omega taking on Pac at an AEW Revolution Arena. Of course, all of this is from WWE 2K20 Community Creations, which you guys are able to download it. Just make sure that when you're downloading those custom arenas, you're looking at the recent ones. If you download an older version of any of the arena, the chances of it being all messed up and logos not appearing are very high. You guys already know the issue with this year's game. I don't think we need to go over it. Anyways, getting back into the latest bits for the AEW video game, of course AEW had a busy weekend, giving us their own pay-per-view and being part of a lot of media interviews. On the previous video, we covered how Cody Rhodes indicated that an announcement of the video game is going to be coming very soon via Kenny Omega, who is going to be giving us more information in regards to it. And we are still more or less waiting about that announcement, but we also had Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks giving us a bit more information on what exactly they want to see on this game, discussing what a modern wrestling video game are missing, and it could be what they are trying to give us in this upcoming All Elite Wrestling game. During this interview with Comic Book, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks weren't able to give details on their own game, but they did went on to discuss what is lacking from the current games, again hinting us at what they could be giving us. So for Kenny Omega, the biggest thing he mentioned is that the difference comes from how the moves are presented on screen. He stated the following, and I quote, "For me, it's a feeling of actually performing a match. It's a feeling of impact with each maneuver. I also feel that a big thing with No Mercy was that when you did a maneuver by a particular wrestler, the way it was performed and the way the opponent received the move, it looked perfect in every single animation. That's because the artists back then, they weren't using the green screen, they weren't using mocap, they were actually manipulating joints frame by frame while watching tape of said wrestlers doing that maneuver to an actual opponent." He added that that created the big difference and stated, "I know there's a lot of good athletes out there, and I'm sure there are a lot of people that can do a V-trigger, but it doesn't quite look like the way I do mine." He stated that it shows when it's someone else doing the one-winged angel instead of it being him getting it done. Even if it is similar, it still doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel right. Then he added the following, "I think that is what's missing in games. You just don't actually feel like you are the superstar that you're chosen to control." When we look at it, this is very good information. I mean, we know that Kenny Omega is in charge of what is happening when it comes to this AEW video game. We know he is a big fan and is more than likely gonna be bringing the engine of No Mercy, Here Comes the Pain, and all those classics to create this current game that he's working on. And with him indicating that this is something that he really misses from the previous games, it basically let us know that he's gonna be working very closely to at least have as many superstars on the AEW roster to perform their own moves and give us their own animation to have it in the game. And I'm all down for brand new animations, so we've seen a lot of the same for over 10 years now, as the same engine has been used, and animations, instead of it being recreated, most of the time we just get brand new ones for different moves, while the old ones just continue to get older, and the new ones, as we know, are not always performed by the actual wrestler. Most of the time it is performed by an indie wrestler who is doing many of the other animations. So Kenny, bring it on, because I am all down for brand new animations for anything and every single move. As for the Young Bucks, they kept it simple because that is what they want. They want simplicity. Matt Jackson stated the following, "For me, what's missing is the simplicity of a great game engine that's easy functioning and easy easy to use. He added that some of the stuff nowadays, to me, it seems like it's almost too overly elaborated, and I am just not into it. Of course, he is referring to that simulation gameplay style that we've been seeing for years now, and that the current WWE game has shifted to. And don't get me wrong, simulation is not bad. I think that WWE games has been getting better as giving us that realistic simulation feel, but it's never a bad thing to mix it up with an arcade style that runs a bit more faster and feels a bit more like the classics. As for Nick Jackson, he more or less stated the same thing that his brother said, indicating that he just enjoyed the simplicity, how easy it was, and the style from before. So overall, if we had any doubt of what exactly an AEW video game could be looking like, when it comes to gameplay, I think Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, and so on have constantly teased that they want to go back to the arcadey style, or at least step away a bit from the simulation that we have gotten. Kenny Omega also clearly wants to see brand new animation and more superstar being involved in the development of this game to make it feel more like we are playing with those superstars. Anyways guys, you already know, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you like what you're hearing so far, and what other things would you guys like to see on an AEW video game? I will of course keep you guys up to date on any information given to us, so make sure to stay tuned to the channel. Join up as we're on the road to 200,000 subscribers. I'll see you on the next one, so stay savage.
Brutality. Forearm right across the back of the neck. What's he gonna do with it? Boom! Michinoku driver. Hooking it up here. What's next? Face first. Flapjack. Uh-oh, submission move. Wow, he got out of it.
Yeah, I'm not so sure he had it fully locked in.
Hooked up in a pump handle. And a neck breaker. Goodness.
That was nasty. Great way to break down your opponent.
Oh, right to the throat. Cover.
He's a long way from a 3 count, I can tell you that.
Still a lot more fight left. Straight punch.
Ooh, impressive counter.
Brutal knee right to the face.
His shoulders are down.
Oh, kick out. Gonna take more than that. Uh-oh. This is not gonna end well. Not at all. Get that instant replay ready. For the win.
And another kick out. He is not going to go down without a fight, Michael.
Power bomb. Boom, what impact. He's running on empty right now. He can't recover from a beating like this. Ooh! He's been quickly taking control here.
Yeah, he's got some magic working, that's for sure.
And a neck breaker.
Goodness, that was nasty.
Hooked up in the pump handle. Ooh, neck breaker. Uh-oh. Suicide dive. bringing it back into the ring. Look at the agility. And he goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. This singles contest has the victor. We've got some highlights from the last one queued up. Here we go.
Here is your winner, Pac.
And there's your winner, ladies and gentlemen.
This was all about one competitor's refusal to lose. When you see that, you have no choice but to respect it.
It'll be interesting to see the fallout following this big singles win here tonight.